My name is Irene Schmaltz, and I am with the Guide by Your Side program. I'm delighted to be working in this job. I've been hired just recently in September. I've been a guide since 2007, and all those years I have worked with a lot of families, and now I'm actually the coordinator for the state of Virginia. And my job basically is I get a call from the Department of Health saying that a family is interested to be matched up with another family that has a child that has just been identified with a hearing loss. And usually what happens is when they give me a call, I will start the conversation of that I'm happy that they called me, and that I usually will then share with them that I myself have a severe to profound hearing loss, and that my son has a similar hearing loss. And oftentimes what makes me feel good about it is that the parent will say, "You really talk?" And so it's kind of it gives them hope. And that's something I really enjoy doing with the family, to give them hope. And then I will continue to share a little bit about Eric, my son. And at that point, the parent will usually ask me questions. And depending on the question is where I will go with that. Then I offer them the opportunity to do a home visit. And the home visits are always very interesting for me because each visit is different. And the good news is that usually when I leave the home, I always feel good about my visit. And I hope that the families do as well. Yes, it's usually after the first or second initial hearing screening test that they've done, either at the hospital, most likely at the hospital as a newborn. And so I usually get them like when they're about 3 months, when they've had the second hearing test. It's when they can really realize that yes, it's true that their child has a hearing loss. A lot of times they question whether or not their child has a hearing loss. And so getting back to your question about the guide, we do talk a lot about communication modalities, and it's a very hard decision as to exactly what communication mode they should be using. And I often encourage parents that to realize that they're the ones who make the final choice, and that they will have a lot of people coming and asking them, and to realize that they want to help, but again, the ultimate choice is in your hands. The reaction from the parents are so varied. You know, I may have one parent that's just so upset that they really can't think of anything else. That, you know, the initial reaction is really difficult because they weren't expecting this, and usually the common reaction is that no one in my family has this. And, you know, why is this happening to our family? So I hear a lot of those comments, and it's true. I mean, you're expecting to have a perfect baby, and it's not. And the thing is, they present it so quickly. It's just, you know, you waited so long to have this baby. For 9 months you've been preparing, and then you get the news your child has a severe hearing loss, and they're like, oh my gosh, never known anybody had a severe hearing loss. And so those things are difficult. It's really difficult. And then I have some other families who are like, you know what, it is what it is, and we just go from there. And you know, they're always glad to have someone talk to them, because a lot of times it's just them out there. So I'm always happy to give them that support, and usually give them the contact, and they can contact me anytime.